In the first of these Skill Builder videos, we gave you an overview of all the great features of your new Kreg Jig K5. Here we're going to go into more detail about how to set up and use the jig. The process is simple, so with the K5 you'll be creating strong, tight-fitting Kreg joints in no time. As with all Kreg jigs, the key to setup with the K5 is knowing the thickness of your lumber. If you're ever in doubt, grab a tape measure and double check. The K5 works with stock from 1/2 up to 1.5 inches thick. Once you know the thickness of your lumber, you can then set up the jig as well as the specialized step drill bit and select the correct Kreg screw. Start your jig setup by setting the drill guide block to match the thickness of your lumber. Just pull the quick release pin and then you can slide the drill guide block up or down until the number on the side that matches your thickness is aligned with the top of the guide socket. I'm using 3/4 inch, so I'll just slide it down until that mark is aligned and then release the pin. The next step in setting up the K5 is to choose the correct length screw. Once you have the right screw, you can set up your drill bit to drill to the proper depth. All you need to do is refer to the handy chart that's right here in the extension wing. And again, I'm using 3/4 inch stock, and for that it recommends an 1.25 inch screw. Now you need to set the stop collar on your drill bit to drill the pocket hole to the proper depth. With the K5, drill bit setup is based on the screw length you just selected, and it's done using the stop collar setup block. That block has steps at various levels with screw lengths clearly marked. For the 3/4 inch stock I'm using, again, it's an 1.25 inch screw, so that's what I'm going to use. I just position the setting block in front of the guide block and drop my drill bit in until the tip goes into the appropriate hole. Now I can set the stop collar on and then tighten it down. With those steps complete, you just need to set the clamp to match your workpiece thickness. And on the K5, that's a simple process. Start by pressing and holding the gray button on the clamping mechanism and slide the mechanism all the way back. Now bring in your workpiece and push the mechanism right up against it. While holding the mechanism, lift the handle until you hear 2 distinct clicks. And then push the handle back down. Now the clamp's set for every workpiece of that same thickness. To learn about changing the clamp setup for thick or thinner stock, see video 3, setting the K5 for different thicknesses. With that, your K5 is all set up. There's one more thing you can do. If you want to keep your work area clean, go ahead and attach a shop vac hose to the swiveling dust collection port. It's nice since it swivels because you can bring the hose in from either side. Everything's all set up, so it's time to start creating pocket holes. So you can chuck the step bit into your drill and take care of a couple of things that are easy to overlook. First, make sure your clutch is set to drill. Second, after you slip the bit into the guide block, make sure to squeeze the trigger and let the drill get up to full speed before the bit ever contacts the wood. Finally, don't forget to fire up your vacuum. The nice thing about Kreg joinery, unlike using dowels or biscuits, is that the hole spacing doesn't have to be exact, since you never have to drill a matching hole in the mating workpiece. Just position the board so the spacing looks even, and you're good to go. Okay, it's a fast, easy process using the K5. You can see we've got 2 nice clean pocket holes, and because we had the jig and the stop collar set correctly, the pockets are at the right depth, and there's no holes coming through the end of the board. We actually don't want that because that could cause tear out that'll prevent the joint from drawing tightly together. Another nice thing about Kreg joints is with this, we're ready for assembly. To assemble your joint, clamp the 2 pieces together so they're aligned and the surfaces are flush. Chuck the square drive bit into your drill and drive in the screws. Make sure you have your drill set on low speed and that the clutch is set so you don't overdrive the screws. Well, when I take off the clamp, you can see that I've got a tight fitting and very strong joint. In fact, Kreg joints are so strong that using glue is optional. From this you can see that using the Kreg Jig K5, it's very easy to set up and drill pocket holes. If you want to learn how easy it is to change the jig settings when you switch to different thickness of stock, check out the next video. Until then, thanks for watching.